Ew.
Hitting it hard with Pusha T.
Yeah. And Queen. Kinda.
My favorite thing about Queen is that Queen is played throughout every sporting event.
Yeah.
We Will Rock You with the most macho guys of all time.
Yeah. He was gay?
And no one thinks about, like, that dude loved gobbling dick.
Loved it.
Like, loved it.
You can tell just by, I mean, you
That
know,
mustache. You can
that
see that
stash.
mustache from a mile away.
from
Go,
the moon.
that mustache has rested on a lot of dick.
Yeah.
But my favorite
A lot
thing...
of great songs. I love Queen.
Think how many Queen songs there are that are just, you know... They are. We Will Rock You. We Are
Bohemian
Champions.
Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody got in the mix. I want to say that was a Wayne's World influence.
Right, but it was still like a jam out, like get amped kind of
But that's
song.
you know how crazy that is. Like how many Queen songs there are A that are awesome, and then B like just you look around at like a a football game and it's the guy who hates his gay son is singing to Queen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like the guy that you look at, he's got no sideburns, like the white walls
Flat,
all the way at the
flat top.
and you're like, that guy definitely is not cool with the LGBTQ plus community, whatever it is now.
There was a lot of denial back in the day where it was just like, oh no, there's no way that guy.
Well, yeah,
Like it was a horrible thing.
if you suppressed
those
it,
days.
if you repressed and suppressed enough,
Yeah.
maybe you won't be gay.
Yeah. Maybe it'll just stop.
Or just like any market economics, there will be a black market, and you suppress someone's
Or
gayness.
brown market.
Or a brown market.
Maybe.
Keeping it classy on this Sweat Equity podcast. We're going to talk about Eric's new news that he's been holding off on. That
Big
we can
news.
kinda talk about.
Finally talk about it.
We're going to
I
give an
think.
anti-shout out to Gimlet and Squarespace.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves. How about that?
Yeah. You know, there was a contest where Gimlet and Squarespace were trying to find the next podcast. We submitted to it. We even showed some love. We even made a Facebook ad cutout. I hit all the employees at Gimlet and Squarespace. How did I do it?
Super creeper mode.
I'm very good at what I do. I was able to geotag the area and kind of go, this is what's where the offices are. Squarespace has a big one in Dublin, and then both of them, Gimlet and Squarespace respectively have their own office in Brooklyn. And so I try to look up where that neighborhood was, targeted by Facebook, advertising, targeted people who like both of those things. Because if you're in that area and you like those businesses, you're likely to work there because you can't go by job title anymore.
Yeah, good job. It didn't work.
No, it hit them, but it didn't work overall.
Yeah, it took us about 2 seconds to realize that maybe we aren't the best fit for Gimlet
Well,
with all the dick jokes and whatnot.
it's kind of something that you deal with. I've probably dealt with a little bit throughout my whole professional career and professional like comedy career, is that I'll probably, I will give up moving forward in order to say whatever I want.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
We're not going to bow down to the man.
We couldn't just do that riff about Queen and rock songs at sporting events.
Yeah.
And gay dads with gay kids
Yeah,
hating
gobbling
it.
dicks.
Right. We couldn't do that riff if we were, Gimlet seems like a very NPR, like lateral move almost.
Right.
We're not that. We're not. And part of the podcast that I like is that it's not polished. Now we can go we can go way too far the other way, and then the show becomes kind of garbage. But I think we're not that. If you look at how the branding from Gimlet and Squarespace, we're not that hipster clean look.
No.
Just
look how we're dressed.
I'm wearing
Super
my
dad mode.
Well, no one knows from the bottom down. I go ESPN Sports Center went before it turned into the Today Show.
We're doing the opposite. We have tuxedo pants on.
Yeah. Basically,
Just trust us.
my monocle fell on the ground, so I'm rocking my Bow Nose shirt. So anybody that played Tecmo Bowl, knows about Tecmo Bow.
Might as well be Tecmo Bow.
Yeah, and
Shouldn't be allowed to
I get
play
a
as
lot
him.
of dads that like because it's
It wasn't fair. He was too good.
Yeah, so play your life like Tecmo Bow. You zig and you zag. No one can tackle you.
Oh, I was gonna say you use cheat codes.
There's no cheat code. He's just amazing.
He was basically a living cheat code in that game.
No codes were entered.
I
It's
know.
It's not
you
Contra.
know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's not the Contra.
You were that guy.
Up,
Were you
down,
the guy
up,
who
down,
plays
left,
the-
right, left, right, BA, select, start?
Yeah, that's for 2 players. But
Is
yeah,
it?
were you the guy who always played as Michael Vick and ran around and 4th and 26, you get first down?
We the Madden 99, I believe. We had to make a rule that if you had Vic, you got to add like 2 guys on your team.
What? What do you mean? Like to
We
play,
would do,
like
like,
13
mini-
on 11?
No, like you can add any other players that weren't on the Falcons. You could add them to the team you picked. So you could go, all right, you're picking Vic, you're picking the Falcons. I'm gonna add like Julius Peppers, and I'm gonna add
Oh, okay.
Brian Urlacher, whoever was badass in
Yeah.
99, and I get them on my defense.
Okay. I like that.
Oh, we wasted when I think about how much time I wasted playing video games.
Coming up with these rules.
Oh, dude, just playing football games, it's great, but like at the same time, like I way too hard in the paint that way too.
Yeah, it makes you hate your friends a little bit too much.
Well, we would sit around all day. Like my buddy Kyle would get a lot of surgeries because he's a big fella, and he played offensive line and stuff in college and all that. He was one of the better guards in the state of Florida, but like his knees were all fucked up, so he'd get all these surgeries, and then he'd have nothing to do. So I'd just go, and I was fully bodied, fully able. Like I could have done a lot of stuff, but I went. I
Being
chose
a good friend.
Selfishly, I just wanted to play someone in Madden all day
That's fine.
and not have to do anything out in the hot sun.
Yeah.
So, there's value in video games. You learn strategy.
Yeah.
There's a good documentary on Netflix about them building video games, these programmers, and it made me appreciate it a little bit more. I think it's a big time suck that I don't like, but I do think there's value in playing if you can. I can't cut it off.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
if I'm into it, I'm into it.
there's
man.
no doubt the hand-eye coordination factor is a thing. Like, and the violence in video games, that's been proven it doesn't lead to anything. I mean, it's almost like an outlet, I think.
I don't think it's good to do that over and over and over and over and not talk to anybody really. And when you talk to people, you're just, I mean, talk about like the un-PC culture. Have you ever listened to someone playing a video game?
No.
There's like 11-year-olds on there dropping N-bombs, and you're like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's what all Twitch TV is, basically.
Yeah. Ugh.
But my thing is like that documentary showed like how I thought it was a good metaphor for either parenting or working with clients in this digital landscape. Is like when you play a video game, you have to have a character that kind of learns something along the way, almost. So like,
well, if it's a story type game,
so yeah,
like
like
procedural.
the game was like a 2D computer game, I guess. One of those things that we never knew was big, with gamers. We don't know the gaming community really, but like
Not really.
they show like these popular programmers. They make this game, and it goes, okay, there's 40 levels, but the first 10 levels you have to. We're going to try to teach you how to know what your capabilities are.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's perfect. It's a metaphor for life, not just parenting and all that stuff. Use it for yourself.
But it's a weird guidance I never really thought about that is inherent in a lot of video games.
Yeah. I mean, some of them do the forced tutorials where you're just like, skip it. I'm just going to do it myself.
Right.
And I can see the
what
appeal
happens
where it's,
there?
yeah.
It takes a
you
lot longer.
Yeah, you get destroyed. But
if you just sat there and followed the thing, you unless it's so intuitive, then you can just, like Mario, you can just go ahead and go. But
yeah. But I mean, that idea where it's like you start out at an easy level and it's kind of its own tutorial.
By the way,
cool.
fuck Zelda, the first Zelda on Nintendo, because you can't beat the game unless you get the magazine, like the accompanying like guide.
Why? Really? What?
You don't remember that?
No, I thought I beat Zelda.
Super Nintendo Zelda, great, one of my favorites.
Yes.
If not
Beat that.
my favorite game.
I spent hours.
It's
with
that
game.
or NHL 93 on Sega.
Yeah, I didn't have a Sega.
I didn't either.
Oh.
I just went over to my friend's Tommy's house all the time, and we'd just play Sega.
Yeah.
I guess I was kind of a video game mooch. I would just go over to my friend's house
Got
and
any of them Segas?
make them stay inside all day. But before I was a huge Lightning fan, I don't even think Lightning were on the game, Tampa Bay Lightning.
93 is like,
They
might
had-
have been their inaugural year.
They had like Poopa, and they had like a horrible team. And so I glommed onto the Blackhawks with Jeremy Roenick, Steve Lamar, Mark Goulier,
Ooh.
yeah, Chris Chelios, Steve. There's another Steve Smith. He was a goon,
Probably.
and then Ed Belfour.
Yeah, the goalie.
God, I just rattled off. You're
That's
not
pretty
impressed?
Good. That's pretty good.
Are you not entertained?
Which one do you want to know?
We didn't get the official hottie toddy going, so we're gonna give a little hottie toddy. That's how you got to bring it in. Jesus Christ! Oh no, I didn't know.
It's the equivalent.
Are we a morning show on the radio?
We're in the morning right now. It's a Zoo Crew today, baby.
Yeah, we need some cowbells and shit and fake laugh. We need like one
I've got it
Latin guy that fake laughs the whole time.
Yeah.
Like a husky Latin guy. Like, oh, you crazy! Yeah,
Is that good?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, do a little sponsor stuff. How you feeling?
Who's our sponsor today?
Well, it'll be nice. It is for the titular part of this show, going over your news. Where am I got to find it. GoGrasshopper.com/sweat. Get that hookup. Holler if you hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Get a phone line for your business. Don't be a jabroni. I can't get over how much that makes me mad. And now that I've been talking about it on the podcast a lot,
Mm-hmm.
every time I hear like Google Voice, it now just drives me nuts because there's so many options out there. But you don't get the hookup. It's trygrasshopper.com.
Yep.
/sweat.
I think we'll be using that probably.
And then for your, we were talking off air about your CPA, walking you through some stuff. GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. I think your CPA can link in and view what's going on from afar.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people know that.
Right.
I take a lot of the features and stuff of these products for granted because I just go, oh, okay, moving on. And I forget to go, oh, did you guys know most people don't give a shit and look at what's in their apps? So
Yeah, well, we were meeting with our CPA yesterday, and it was basically, if you do it this way, you don't really have to do much of anything. They can look in there and do besides making deposits and things, they can take care of it all.
And he's a friend of yours, but let's say you get in a fight, you get in a spat over is Queen acceptable to play at church? It's church music.
Yeah.
And you say, you love Freddie Mercury, you'd go gay for him if he was still around.
Probably. I'm excited for the biopic.
And your CPA is real conservative, and he's like, hey, man, I didn't like how you said that. He's coming on the show.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So
He's fine.
hopefully he likes this scenario if he listens to the show. But, you guys get in a spat. Hey, man, don't talk about my kids. Like one of those.
Yeah.
Then you can take his access out of FreshBooks.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's great.
It's good to have that fluidity, I would say, where you'd have to you used to have to print everything out and then show up with all your receipts and remember when we weren't as good internet wise and you do Quicken.
Yeah, I never did Quicken, but it's
same shit.
Yeah, it's all the same spreadsheet.
I used to go to fucking what H&R Block. And Santa Monica, the Santa Monica Mall, there was a dead Sears department store at the bottom floor.
Oh, those are the saddest places.
So sad. The carpet's fucked up. It looks like a post-apocalyptic setting almost.
Yeah.
And then there's
This is how we do Texas now.
a broom closet that had a guy from H&R Block, I guess, rented out, kind of like Better Call Saul.
Right. Yeah.
Where he's like, I'll
Behind
take
the
it.
nail salon.
And then once I think the second year around when I figured out he just typed in everything into their program, which
Right.
is essentially FreshBooks, I was like, oh, what the fuck am I doing here? Why do I come to this crusty place?
Yeah, taxes are, I mean, the programs out there, they can walk you right through it as long as you're not doing anything crazy. Really, the only people who need the CPAs are the super rich. Even me. I mean,
no. I fully
for your personal.
No,
Okay.
Look, the government makes it difficult. Why do we have all these layers of rules? The thing should be a fucking sheet, and it should be a flat percentage.
Well, we shouldn't be paying it at the end of the year at all. We should be paying it when we buy stuff and making it just proportionate to what we buy is what it should be.
I'm good for a flat. Just make it flat.
15%
simple math
on everything.
But
boom.
You know why it doesn't happen?
It's because if you go
It's not
buy
in the
a
interest.
boat, right? If you go buy a $400 million boat, you don't want to pay 15% taxes on that.
Or you die, and you have to give part of your estate away.
Yeah.
If you're loaded.
Yes, I know. It's ridiculous.
So, but you know who makes the rules are the people that aren't interested in that.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a cottage industry. It's insane. But why do we have all these layers? Like I looked at a W-9 the other day, and I was like, what the fuck? They try to fucking get a designer, get a goddamn app designer, and design this thing better because it's like it's old school, right?
Yeah.
And just reading the font, that 6-point font, I like it. It's hard to read, and you're like, you're trying to hit every legal mark. You can't just say like you should do this, this, and this,
Right?
And then equal all these numbers up of dependents and whatever.
They could definitely work on their wording, absolutely, though.
But it's like Jesus Christ, like this thing was badass in 1945, but like
it comes across like they did it so that you do have to hire somebody. Like the bunch of CPAs got together, like maybe you should change it to this, and then they call us so that they can't read it.
Why can't we just make like a simple form?
Yeah.
And you waive some of those things that are written in there legally. It's meaning like, hey, I'm cool with going for shorthand and having this card talk to me like a human, this page.
Right.
Anyway.
Solve that problem.
Sometimes you need glasses to read stuff like that. That's why you got to get Warby Parker. WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat. These are our 3 sponsors, but Warby Parker I've been around with well before they were a sponsor of this podcast. And man, talk about a disruptor business that I just kind of like to watch as a consumer. I think that's part of the branding stories now is like, you know, people are showing behind the scenes how more transparency, how the sausage is made. I think Warby Parker is a good example. If you have a startup idea where you think you've got like some kind of golden nugget where you're like, this is the idea, this is going to shake up this industry,
right?
Whatever it is, nice. I mean, like what not fresh, but what's the tax one?
TurboTax.
TurboTax to me is that kind of like whoever designed that. I know it's from Intuit, so it's a huge fucking company, but
that's basically the same thing the CPAs are using, where they're just like type it in here.
I mean, whoever like managed that project to get that thing going, that guy needs a high five, or a gal,
or maybe a nice
big
fat check.
Probably not. That. But I always admire people that can take something that's so messy and unorganized and complicated, complex, convoluted, and they can just fucking bottleneck it down to like here, and here.
Uh-huh.
This is easy to use. You can even do your taxes drunk on TurboTax.
Yes.
Not a sponsor. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Same with like LegalZoom.
Yeah. I mean, it's
more or less.
Yeah, you can use that for a lot. A big part of those things is like the liability of it. If you go through these things, they act as a buffer, kind of as an excuse sort of thing.
Let's ask your CPA when he comes on about that, because I heard they're not as good as you think.
Okay.
Because we're not.
I don't know.
Because the whole reason we're there, we're not going to look into it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So when it's like you're going to get government protection for your taxes, we're going to hook you up, and you're like, thanks TurboTax, you're my best friend, and then it's like, oh, I didn't read any of that print either.
Yeah.
Because that's why I'm there.
Well, so my CPA has been doing it for 1,000 years, and his thing is like
Methuselah.
Yeah, he's done thousands of tax returns, and he's like, I've only been audited. I've only had one audit by whatever in 27 years. So like his thing is like, when you see when the IRS sees something come from him, it's kind of streamlined, in his opinion. I don't know. It might just be good luck, but, it's like there's this trust, I guess, that he claims there is. I don't know.
I'm sure of that. I go to my pharmacist every month to get my thing. And they
Penis pills, Viagra.
Can Four Hymns be a sponsor?
What is that?
You don't know about Four Hymns?
I am sure it's a dick pill.
So I use them as a scenario of good branding. How to so Four Hymns I heard about on podcasts. It's FORHIMS, not a sponsor of our podcast yet, but they do sponsor a lot of podcasts, so maybe we'll try to reach out. They basically look at what medications become generic, so like the patent runs out on it. So thus they can make generics on their own. I think that's how it works. Like 15 years, you can, like Cialis, I think became that. Rogaine. So,
shop hair, shop sex. Those are my choices.
So if you look at their site, they did a really good job of doing that. What we talked about at the top of the show, the Gimlet Squarespace kind of like, we're a hipster look. The models they pick for dudes are like, they're off center, I'd say, kind of thing.
Kinda.
And so I heard they did a good job. I'm currently in the middle of learning programmatic advertising, and what that is basically like treating ad space like like it's a stock. So those impressions, those ads you see on the right-hand side, you're reading a newspaper in your local area, and they have ads everywhere. That space, that ad space, is commoditized essentially. Is a unit,
right?
And that's like a stock on the stock market. And I'm working on content to explain this better, but I'm gonna explain it like it's The Wire, I think, because you have ad demand and you have ad supply, and I'm like, I gotta figure out a better way instead of doing this kind of diarrhea right now.
Yes.
To explain it like we're selling drugs, right? Drugs are ad space, basically.
Okay.
And there's pushers like Pusha T. There's guys pushing the product. Those are the publishers. And then the advertisers, the demand side. Like you and I are usually on the demand side because we're trying to help a client get placed.
Right.
And we're going through a big drug den and ad supply network like Google or Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're finding out about the people who want crack rock on the streets. We're finding that out. That's a data management platform. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, this one
we're gonna have to actually write
needs
out.
some refining.
Well, I'm gonna need your help shooting something for this, I think.
I get to be Omar. That's all I care about.
I was just gonna do a whiteboard session. But,
okay.
But I'll need your help writing it out. I was gonna do The Wire, and then I'm like, that might be too specific. But I find out this programmatic universe. Just think of it like this: the advertisers, the things you hear about Google AdWords, Facebook ads, we talk about it a lot on here because we're kind of all up in it. This is like another level of that. So it's like you're at home and you're doing some of those e-trades. You're doing Acorns. You're doing some of those like small micro investing things. And then compare that to like the stock exchange. That's kind of the big difference. Like this is like another level.
Yeah.
And I've been swimming in it.
Okay.
So anyway, I use Four Hymns.
Four Hymns is they're I have a problem with these models. These guys don't need any of this shit.
Yeah, I know.
Great hair.
They're the after.
They're like 22 years old. They don't need the dick pills.
Right. Well, that has been creeping younger. So I'll tell you that. But
but not those guys. They look virile.
So Four Hymns doesn't have really anything proprietary, I don't think. They branded a lot better, and they did a good job getting the first mover market, because podcast advertising, if you look at any of our sponsors, you're considered a first mover. Congrats, listener, viewer. And I hear about products and stuff before that comes out in a wide spectrum because of the awareness at the top of that beer bong funnel, right? We call it the beer bong funnel for marketing sales funnel. Every business has one. Awareness is where all that frothy Keystone Lights at the top.
Yep.
And the awareness campaign was let's hit podcasts that have this certain kind of male demographic, and then programmatically made sure that whatever I'm interested in, I saw ads everywhere I go.
Yeah. I mean, they
Like-
nailed the demographic part of it, the podcast. I mean, I'd say that the dick and hair pills is that's a good place to start.
But they went hard podcasts. Because I have a pretty good like intuition on like behavioral trends and like frequency of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I'm especially sensitive to it now because we're in this world. But like 3 weeks ago, they spent a lot of money in the bigger podcasts that I listen to, Rogan, Corolla, WTF, those kind of things. And then they go, we're only going to do it for 3 weeks or a month. And then they shifted to the next rung, the big gulp down the beer bong funnel.
Huh. Interesting.
Into consideration.
What do you mean?
It goes awareness is at the top of the beer bong funnel.
Yeah.
Consideration, where you're like, maybe I should check that out. Then they keep retargeting the shit out of you to the site.
I see.
And then you convert.
I thought you were saying they were going to smaller podcasts.
Oh, they may have, but like they need to come to ours. But that would make sense because they probably would keep refining with the data they have.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And they can further target.
So at any rate, For Hims is a good example of, hey, we have a product that's not a differentiator. It's not totally unique. And we're new. So how are we going to get the word out? And the branding visual for me, I thought at first I didn't really like it, and then it kind of caught on.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it.
But it's that hipster kind of like.
It's hipster, but it's clean. It's straightforward.
Using a lot of cream colors and like like guys you'd see probably in
Calvin
Park
Klein
Slope or something.
Models? I don't know.
Yeah, guys who aren't really guys, kind of models.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm
Like
for
those
real
guys
turned
don't
off by the models. Like, I wouldn't be friends with that dude.
Like they don't exist in real life.
These guys ain't doing any bench pressing, that's for sure. Bird chest.
They do a lot of prancercise.
Yeah.
So let's
talk
shift
about the
over.
new venture.
Yeah.
So finally, we can talk about my wife, Dr. Nicole Morganti, is buying her own dental practice. It's called Forest Hills Dental in Tampa. That's it's very exciting, but it's very stressful. So I told Law we should kind of run through the marketing strategy that I'll be attempting on the podcast, and might help some people out.
So yeah, we'll try to extrapolate this out for the listener too. So you're doing your own service business. This could help, hopefully. And then, don't you feel like you're a gay kid in high school, and now you can start talking about how you're gay?
I know. Finally get out of the closet. Finally just start wearing them hot pants.
Because before the show, we're like, you can't tell. Let's not bring this up.
Yeah.
Let's not bring up this fight I had with my wife that I told you about.
Yeah. We have a big list of no-nos.
99% we're transparent, but there's some stuff where you're like, I'll bring this up in 6 months when the dust settles.
Right.
But right now, if they were to the person were to hear that, they would only take that as an insult.
Yeah.
So
we're good now. I think everybody knows who needs to know, and
you didn't want to jinx it.
Yeah. No, we're good. Should be good.
So dentists are weird. We didn't know. I didn't know that about the industry.
Oh yeah, it's a weird. I think
your wife's weird in a good way.
Yeah,
I love her. I knew her before I knew you. I think
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Since I've been 14, I think I've known her.
So weird.
Yeah, and always loved her, and she is definitely an anomaly as the personality type.
Yeah,
of a dentist.
Right, and in a good way though, and that's part of what we're going to be focusing on. Is the laid back family community feel that she brings to the table. The practice we're buying has been around for like 40 years.
Yeah,
it's a guy who's retiring, who worked with his dad, who was there for 20 years, and then now they're selling it to us. So it's community oriented, and it should be good.
So we're talking hyper localized. We're talking the community it's in is probably median income, I don't know, 100, 125. I can look it up.
No. In the location, no.
Oh,
I wouldn't say it's that high.
Oh no.
No, but that can be a good thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Dental practices, they most all say that they take insurance, but some of them are what they call fee for service. That's what this is, and that's basically where the practice is an intermediary between the insurance company, and they help you file it, and they're basically getting paid everything, but the insurance company is still paying the patient back, if that makes sense. Whereas an insurance...
So walk through a scenario. Like, my teeth are fucked up because I haven't gone to your wife's.
Are they?
I think I had, when I went too hard on the Dunkin' Donuts Girl Scout cookie.
Uh-huh. You think one thing did it?
Every day for a while.
Were you not brushing your teeth?
No, I was, but like, if you brush your teeth in the morning and then get the coffee like 45 minutes after the morning, leaving the house, then you basically just have sugar kind of corroded on you.
Well, yeah, that'll
like
do it.
Barnacle all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I think I have a cavity, but I don't want to tell your wife.
She's going to find out.
No, and
unless you never go to another dentist.
Well, she used to work at this. I tried to write a bit about it. She used to work at, she hopped around a bunch to try to find her own thing, which is a whole other journey, a whole other story. Maybe she'll come on and talk about it. But
we plan on it. We're going to have her.
But like she worked at this one place that was in the very Hispanic part of Tampa, called West Tampa, and I got a tongue lashing. That's not a service. I got roasted by her dental hygienist that was like from the hood, and she was like, they do this kind of thing where they're like, look at this picture, look at this poster about brushing your teeth. If you don't do that, your gums are gonna be fucked up. And I was like, she tried to give me like the Al Pacino Any Given Sunday speech.
Yeah. I've overheard them be like, do you know how to brush your teeth? Like,
oh yeah.
That question. And they say it like really in a way that they mean like, do you know how to properly brush your teeth?
So they're weird because they don't know how they sound.
Right, exactly. It's like, yeah, I know how to brush my teeth. I'm not an idiot. But it's like, okay, well, there is, a little bit of strategy to it. Hit all the spots, whatever. But yeah, they don't exactly have the bedside manner all the time.
So the Forest Hills, I'm looking up. At least I got Zillow's like average median house price, which is like $186, and then it's got a huge golf course that eats up a lot of that. So that stat's probably a little juked, but I don't know. What do you focus on? About 5 miles out, 7 miles out radius?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to figure that out. I'd say start at 5. Just because there's so many dentists out there, going super wide might not help.
No. I think super localized is good. I think you have to have strategies for each layer. Think of it like a ripple, if you can imagine it. Mm-hmm. And you have 3 tiers to that ripple. We've talked about this. It's the real estate sphere of influence kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you have in the middle, and then take from the bullseye, take like a line and draw the arrow going out. And it basically is like real estate agents are told like it's called social capital, mm-hmm. which is basically friends and families, that inner circle. The next tier, friends of friends, mm-hmm. and then the next tier is acquaintances, friends of friends,
right,
kind of thing. So you work inside out.
Yeah.
You're going to focus the majority of your time on that first circle in the beginning, for sure. Uh-huh. Because just meeting someone new in general,
I ain't got time for that.
Well, yeah, it's tough to
new business owner here.
It's a trust factor, right? That's a lot of. I'm thinking that's a lot of sales when it comes down to like person to person kind of thing.
Oh, big time.
Well, like it's not an oil change, right? It's also not getting your hair done, because that is like maybe the strongest relationship.
Yeah,
for a lady at least.
It's like it's one of the only common scheduled medical procedures that you'll go, like you're getting kind of operated on if you're getting anything other than a cleaning. Even a cleaning, it could be bloody,
right?
If you're not taking care of it. But it's weird. It's like this trust that you have to have with your dentist is beyond anything I can think of.
Right. It needs, and you want to create a CX, a customer experience that makes it not as terrible.
Right. Exactly.
That we got to figure that out. That's going to be tougher, but it's doable.
Nitrous oxide, baby.
Yeah, pump it through the fucking vents.
No,
like a casino.
Just everybody's on it.
Just pure oxygen.
Yeah.
No windows.
Yeah. Fire hazard waiting to happen.
Oh, did we mention this dental practice is in a rape van? No.
It's down by the river.
It says free candy on the side.
Yep.
That's how they get you.
Yes.
Because you get your candy and then you get cavities. Bam, right back. So the deal with this, let's go backwards a little bit. So I always go, when you're taking over something, let's see what we can pick off the buffalo. And part of that purchase, y'all got the commercial part of it, the commercial real estate part of it.
Right. Well, not yet, but I mean, we're eventually going to buy the building.
It's part of the process.
It's part of the process.
Just assuming y'all get that, I'm just going to throw that as a layup.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the practice side, so you have to kind of treat them.
They're two different entities. I mean, we have two
one
different
rents from
companies,
the other,
right? But we'll have two different companies.
Yeah, but you'll on your tax stuff, it'll say like the practice rents from our other entity, which is the LLC you'll have for the property.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what in the succession handoff, the baton handoff? It's a 4x100, and you're handing the baton. What are the things that y'all can scrape off? Like client list is obviously number one. So, what's the retention plan?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have one, or do you want to spitball it out?
No, spitball me, baby.
I think a big thing is trying to, win them over. The client list, I think, for a dental practice, kind of like a law firm or general practitioner or whatever. If they're handing it off, you got to have something that kind of lets them know.
Right. So that is part of it. The former owner is sending out a letter.
Ooh, I've got a good idea. But
like a transition letter explaining what's going on. So that'll be very helpful for the current patients. And then also something that a lot of dentists try to do is have the former owner stay on for a transition period, show their face around, hopefully work too, but it doesn't always work that way. But that's pretty big for the patients that are currently there, to see the transition, see them working together, that he approves of the new dentist sort of thing.
Right. You're going to have to spend money, marketing dollars that you probably don't want to, but retention's your number one thing. You already have this pool. Think of it like an advertisement stuff. Like you already have this retargeting group essentially.
Right. Yeah.
You already, that is your number one priority in the marketing department is to figure out how to retain everybody as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Attrition rate's probably going to be, I think when you move around, you lose, 30% or something like that, depending on how far.
Yep.
So
it could be. Well, I mean,
she doesn't have her own.
She's not going to have a huge patient base that's going to follow her.
So let's focus on the current doctor's one. So you have, let's call it 100 patients.
Sure.
You're going to lose 10 just straight up,
right,
just because people don't like change. Like that's, I don't know, it just happens.
Yep.
So you're probably working at your best game is 90% of all the clientele.
Yeah.
How would you want, if you're an older lady, now we got to get in the mind of this person. How would you want to be informed that, what would make you want to go, oh, okay, they really care?
Yeah. That's what we're trying to figure out, I guess, beyond the letter.
So when you're trying to figure out
transition period.
So for those listening, when you're trying to figure out marketing, and you don't have the market research dollars, you're doing your own thing. You're a small business owner. The best thing you can do is try to go for that empathy and go, all right, if my dentist, if I was on the other side of this and I got a transition, what would I want? And how would I want to know about it? And what would that look like to make me comfortable? So what I would say is there's a site called bond.co. I've been wanting to use this place for a while. It'll get your handwriting down from a robot.
What?
It'll handwrite letters for you.
Well, that's creepy.
So it's cool.
They don't want my handwriting.
No, so we get Nicki's handwriting. Can you see that? The looping video on the website is it'll show you kind of what's going on.
So it calibrates your handwriting, and then whoa.
And then it copies. It has a robot hand.
We're looking
like
at
Buster Bluth, like going through there.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
And it's not that expensive.
I was just gonna say, how's that gonna be cheap?
Because they do. I mean, they're pretty big in a way. Like they do a lot of volume. So if you're a huge, medium-sized business and you're listening to this, or you're the office manager, something like that, CMO, or marketing director or whatever, come holiday time, this thing's awesome.
Yeah.
And I might go out of my way because then I'll just handwrite everything.
Is it using a pen on the paper?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. Because I mean, they got that thing where they have all those form mails that you get that like look like they're handwritten, but it's like a printed out handwriting file.
People can feel that.
Yeah.
Pay for the more expensive girthier paper, right?
Right.
We do that with our business cards and our thank you cards.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you do that for this? This may be the most important snail mail y'all are going to send.
Right.
Because you don't really have to do this all the time.
No.
It's a one-time shot.
Again.
So you have like a one-time shot, and you probably have 5 interactions really to kind of like get them to make sure they come back.
Yeah. No, I like that.
So that bond.co, not a sponsor. It'll help you send a free note if you want to test it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
I've been sitting on that for probably a year and a half, and I keep forgetting about it, and I never have this instance like right now where that would be huge.
Well, it's not for everybody. How often do you need to mass send out handwritten things? I mean.
Oh, I'm behind. We have a hopper of thank you letters I need to send because that used to be part of our process.
Well, for people who don't let it sit like you.
So that's another thing. Once they come back, then a thank you letter after that.
Yeah.
So part of that
That's good.
client experience, right? Look, a handwritten letter, this sounds corny, and if you're listening, you're like, that's not going to do shit. How about this? Everything you get in the mail is terrible, right?
Yes.
What if you got something that was a little nice?
Yeah.
And it's not Amazon excluded. I'm talking like mail. I'm talking like mailman, letters, envelopes, those kind of things. Everything sucks.
I go right to the garbage.
So if you get something nice, like a wedding invite is always like nice, and then it becomes a hassle. Like then you got to do something.
Like, what do I got to do with this?
This is nothing. This is just a thank you. And if she handwrites it every time, that's part of the process. Maybe the end of the day or the beginning of the following day, you write out the 5 you need to write out.
Mm-hmm.
It'll suck for the beginning part, but it'll you only do it once and you don't do it again.
Yeah, no, I like that.
I talked to her a long time ago about little things like, when people are in the seat, this whole client experience stuff, people are in the seat, stuff on the ceiling that isn't corny.
Yeah.
Maybe something branded, maybe something like a alternate logo or secondary logo or something that, or fun facts about the area. I always like that. So Tampa's never hit 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did know that. That's a fun fact.
I told a kid at Chick-fil-A taking my order about that. Like it's
Thanks, Dad. Cool fact.
I was like, hey, I just read a fun fact on mental floss.
I say that too. I said that's people like, shut up. Of course it's 100 degrees. I'm like,
he was very appreciative because he was super fucking bored and hot outside. When it gets too full, he's going down the line like In-N-Out Burger where they just get in line and start taking the orders. So that's like a really small thing that goes a long way, especially with an older crowd.
Yeah. No, that's we're gonna do that. That's good.
And somehow getting her photo in the mix too. I don't know how, but really having a visual of who she is. Maybe a card like we have a thank you card.
Well, we're thinking a picture of the two of them together, arms around each other. Hey, thumbs up. Just something to show that we didn't come down from New York and buy this guy out for $1 million or something,
So
like
that's
he approves.
Part of the branding we talked about too was like staying that hyper localized, like have smaller wink nod stuff to the area. Yeah. Babe Zaharis, one of the best athletes, female athletes to ever live.
Yeah.
There's a golf course named after her right there. I'm playing John Taffer because this is kind of how he would do it on Bar Rescue.
Okay.
He kind of look at the neighborhood and go, what is this place about? right?
Yeah.
That's because that can fill up the branding. Because Nicki's not the type of person that's really like about her, like as a brand,
Right.
and so
yeah, that's a thing that I'm having to like push on her.
I
I'm
said,
like,
as a
we need to
brand.
get your picture out there, okay? She's like, "Ooh." I'm like, it'll be valuable, trust me.
So I'll say it to her if you want to send this part to her. I'd say you're a commodity now. You're not. You are your packaged thing. Like
Yeah.
you're still a human.
Yeah.
You're still a person. But
And you're hot. It helps. It helps to be hot.
yeah, all that and
Dad
dad points.
points.
Dad credit score.
if you ever
480.
listen to the podcast.
I'll take the video, snip it out, and send it to her.
Cool.
But you know, she has to treat herself as something existential almost.
Right.
We're bad at it here.
Right.
And we're trying to get better. Treat ourselves as a client.
It's hard
for us. We do marketing though. So.
Yeah, I mean it's creepy to feel that way. It's a weird feeling to put yourself out.
So it's great that you're able to do it though.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not like my wife's awesome. Like,
yeah.
like you're a cuck or something like that.
Yeah. No, I mean it.
No, I know.
It's like,
no, I know you mean it. I'm saying
yeah.
like you're not the leech husband that is like. It's not. Y'all have a good relationship. It's not like a totally you're submissive, like doing all this marketing like a fanboy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all part of the process.
Yeah.
But people need to get to know you, get to know her.
Mm-hmm.
So having these little like she has great reviews I saw.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're gonna play that up.
Yeah.
That's gonna be huge. So like whatever 5.5 out of 5 on health grades, I want that on everything of your marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those kind of review sites, any kind of accreditation badges, those things like dentist, top 100 dentists under 100 years old, whatever it is. Every fucking county has one. Every city has one.
Yeah, yeah.
Those badges mean something.
Right.
I don't get it, but they do.
I've accumulated a bunch of them. And it helps that she's an awesome dentist too. Legit.
Right. So we're gonna parse out some testimonials. What are some that, you know, what she's so personable as a dentist. That's her big differentiator as a brand, right? So
yeah.
we want to go like, hey, here's the only dentist that's probably not a serial killer. You know, like half of them are fucking creepy.
There's something weird about, you know, dealing with blood all day and drilling into a human and like you can't. That's not everybody's not like that.
I think it's the thing of like a lot of surgeons have that thing where they don't get personal with anybody.
Right.
You know, so that's why they're considered the jocks because they're just getting in there. There's no emotional level.
Yeah, they're body mechanics.
Right.
I think, and they're changing out parts.
I think, you know, other than Nicki talking to me, trying to have a conversation while I'm under and have shit in my mouth, other than that, she's very personal.
I know.
I'm like, I can't tell you the story back. I tried to get on my phone and have it said out loud from my phone.
I had an idea for little signs
mm-hmm.
that you can hold up for the dentist while they're working on it. Yes or no.
Ooh, like
pain.
Fogo de Chao with the card.
Yes.
The Brazilian steakhouse
More
card.
Novocaine, please, sort of thing, or just like paddle signs.
I like that. You could
just as a gimmick.
Do it like the golf course ones.
Yeah.
Like
Something
quiet,
like that.
please. You know how they have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the same exact one style.
That says "quiet, please" on it.
Or that.
For Nicki.
Yeah.
Quiet, please, bitch.
So
I'm talking, I can't talk.
So some like we'll get into this branding area like this. So CX, customer experience, it's big, and people don't think about it, and you have to think about it all the time. Like I would put it in your calendar. Hey, once a month. Even it's just like a self-reflection almost. Take a walk for 45 minutes, and think about how can we make this experience better.
Right.
We talked about she doesn't do it. Does she do any hardcore service like where you might be in pain for a while?
I mean, not she does a little bit of everything, sort of thing. But she's really like good at not making it hurt.
So
that's like her number one thing.
Well, what I was going to say is I had an idea with plastic surgeons. There should be a thank you bag or thank you something, a swag bag.
Swag.
Like food you can eat after surgery kind of thing,
Ah.
like Netflix card,
Smoothie King coupon, if
something
you
like
can't-
that, right?
if
So
you can't chew or
or
something.
Uber Eats coupon that you can get a Smoothie King
I like that
with
a
the
lot.
thank you note. So anything that she's doing that is intense like that, look, you figure out how to get this to like $25, but it's part of the whole process, right? She
Yeah.
writes a thank you card before the surgery or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Somehow you get it over there to their place, you know.
Well, we have a bunch of them sat out,
Yeah.
sitting in a closet.
Or yeah,
I mean,
as
if it's
much
just
as
gonna be
prepped
coupons.
as prepped as you can. You gotta. There's little things where you can just get a basket that's like an old milk crate, hipster style. Go hipster
Uh-huh.
style, old wood milk crate that you can kind of like. Those can be used to like be like a display.
Yeah.
Get your Etsy on. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
And then put like a couple things in there that they can read, eat, whatever. Just put some thought into it. The fact that you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And go, we are high-end customer service, client service, whatever you want to call it, patient service. That goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's just effort, right?
Right.
Other thing, punctuality. This is going to be a hard one, right? How do you keep everything on time?
Uh-huh.
That's probably going to be more. People don't think ops has a relationship to marketing. I think it's a yin and yang. And so...
Especially for something like that. I mean,
the worst thing is like I was thinking about this too. Hours. Are you doing the 10 to? Are you doing the 8 to 5?
we're gonna maintain the hours that the former owner
Which are what?
maintained, which is it's like 2 half days and then 8 to 5 or 6 the other 3 days. So 8 to noon on Tuesday and Friday, I think it is.
Well, I was thinking about this. The people in the workforce, they don't. There's a study I was reading about. I had someone who was pitching me an idea. I can say it because there's no NDA or any of that, and no one's going to steal it. Where you bring a doctor's office to a big business,
Right.
and they get their physical done. Like you set it like a pop-up
Yeah.
doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and the stat that was the impetus for it was,
Can't get off of work.
or people just don't want to take 2 hours to do it.
Yeah.
People were so trapped. We have Stockholm syndrome so bad that we don't want to take 2 hours or use 2 valuable hours that they could use for personal time.
Yeah.
If you're that kind of company where you
Mhm.
do every hour has to be tracked for personal time
Right.
off. I used to be in that. A mutual fund company is horrible, but I get it. It's hard to wrangle everybody. But that's the same thing with y'all. There may be one where you want to try to go like, hey, we'll do Tuesday nights and we'll go late or something like that.
Yeah. The flip,
Or Saturday
not
morning.
flip side, but an alternative, is a secondary grasshopper phone line, emergency line.
Yeah.
That rings right to her or I, and if we're close by, at least to start out, like take it all, baby. Like we'll show up, like whatever,
Oh yeah. Concierge on call. But I'm talking about like the working stiffs, the now it's like 8 to 6ers because you don't really get out. You get out of work, you got to drive. So
Yeah.
If you had like every third Saturday, you go for a half day.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the morning, and then you go
Or a Monday where you work noon to 8, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or like a certain day during the week where you were open late.
Or she could cut Mondays all together, probably.
And make a Saturday.
Yeah, and or go work the hours out, however it's going to work,
Yeah.
but go later and one day a week, and then every 2 weeks a Saturday half day morning, because now here's a big thing. Now you're really getting into the empathy of the patient.
Right.
And you're going to have a lot of working people that just don't go.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
they'd like to, and they want to
Yeah.
get it done. Or you guys are early, so you guys wake up at 4. So maybe
Right.
you do something where it's a super early day.
Ooh,
I don't
that'd
know.
be weird.
Yeah, but I mean like, oh yeah, because that's your own time.
Okay, let's not get crazy. My
But
time.
you know what I'm saying? Like try to have some options to work around that working stiff
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
because that's also probably the person that's more likely to want to get dental service done.
Yeah, or share with their coworkers who are in the same boat as them and can't get out of there.
Right. So that other part of like, why does every doctor's office, dentistry, why do you sit there and wait? Like,
I know.
So that's going to be the tough one for you because you're inheriting a staff, and what I'll tell you as someone who's come in and lately we go in and go, this is how it should be done, and that's not a good way to do it.
No.
Unless you have total, unless you're just a fucking John Taffer type that you can just walk in and go. Even then, you see pushback.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to help to try and steamroll everybody. Plus, they've been doing it in a certain way, and it has its own efficiency in that they all know how to do what they're doing,
right?
Sort of thing.
So you guys got probably a lot of paper files. I'd call my friend Rachel at Dex Imaging and get her to scan everything. Just do that.
That's on the.
I'll give you her information.
Agenda.
She's good people. And then what's it called? So you get that out of the way, then you figure out your data management system for that. I'm sure you have some dental something.
Yeah, that's a whole nother ball game. It's a dental software. But, I mean...
They get ripped off, man. Dentists get ripped off, and I didn't even realize it. Lawyers get ripped off. I didn't know that until we got into that game. Like, they don't know because they have to be the best dentist or lawyer, usually.
Right.
And they're trying to run the business, but they're not business people.
Right, yeah.
Typically. The lawyer's more is especially astounding because I feel like a lawyer's more set up to be better businessmen.
You'd think so.
Well, they are. I think the personality they are, but you get in the mindset of like, I'm the best lawyer. Like,
right.
Dentist, it's so far. I feel like that's so far away from anything business wise because of insurance stuff, because of like, I don't know, just the way that industry's set up. And then the fucking look. If you're a dentist listening to this. Don't get hosed by those marketing companies. They will gouge you. Yeah, there's a lot of lead-in, fluffing, a lot of getting that blood flowing down there. Don't even need 4 hymns.
Dude, the amount of
money.
The span of like the cost. So we have to hire an attorney, have to hire a CPA for this transition. We had quotes from lawyers ranging from $2,500 to $12,500 to review contracts.
Yeah.
And all they're doing is pulling out their fucking form letter because they've done it 1,000 times. And
yeah.
And then reviewing what the other person's bringing to the table and, doing some work, but 5 digits?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Friend of the program, Fantetti, Steve Fantetti, FantettiLegal.com, your business refined. Yeah, I'll throw a plug in. Him and I talk about it all the time, and we try to update our contracts. It's expensive up front, but then once a quarter, you should get your lawyer to update that stuff because stuff changes. Keep it Evernote. I keep Evernote of like, hey, make sure to ask Steve about this, maybe adding this into our contracts. At one point, I didn't really have a way of going, this is our service, this is blah, blah, blah. This is, you guys are going to need a cookie privacy one too for the website.
Yeah.
Because every website has to have one now.
Yeah.
I think Google is not ranking you higher if you don't have that and you are using cookie tagging or remarketing tag, conversion pixel.
Right.
But it's mindset too. So the way I think about it is by being stricter and better on that side and playing armchair attorney a little bit more than I want to, it's not opening me up to liability or being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it that way.
Peace of mind is huge.
Right.
For me, at least.
Well, you always have to keep going with the mindset that, you'll have that panic attack every 3 months or so, or that wake up in the middle of the night. It's fun being a small business owner, and you'll go, oh shit, I got to tighten up. Like,
what am I doing? I can't.
Someone could expose this loophole again.
Right.
Get on the other side, contrarian logic. Look at what they're trying to look at. They get that poker thing poked a little too hard, and where are you at?
Right.
What if you have someone that's just shyster like that?
Yeah, that happens. They tell them in dental school, you're going to get sued. Like,
Really?
They just straight up tell them, like, everybody gets sued. You know, it's great. I mean, shit happens.
So you better have
Nicki had a friend. A burr flew off into their lungs, and just had a floating piece of metal in their lungs. You know, there's nobody did anything wrong, but it happens. Like shit happens where it's like they almost have to sue, and it's like you can't. Like you have this insurance for that reason because. You know, when it happens, the person needs to be compensated in some way. They're going to have medical bills and all that. And then there was nothing the dentist did wrong. It just happened. So there's got to be measures for that.
So the because I didn't realize we're at an hour.
Yeah. Oops.
So short. I'll try to give a real quick short thing to kind of go with it. Have a soft launch.
Mm-hmm.
Which you're in. You're going to be in sooner than I thought.
Soon, yeah.
Probably 20 days.
Yeah, sooner than that.
So soft launch it, and then you only get one grand opening. I tell people this a lot of times. I learned this through smarter man than I, who's my former boss in a franchise system. You only get one shot at that grand opening. So let's do it correctly. Let's call it 90 days out from when you do your soft launch.
Yeah.
So spend that 90-day period from here to now. Between here and the grand opening, retaining, and then that grand opening will be seen as like, all right, we're still doing retention plan, but now we're going to try to acquire new.
Yes, and we have some renovations we got to do and all that stuff. So before we do any sort of grand opening,
are you doing a mint coloring?
Yeah, probably.
Do you need a paint
Be
company?
light.
Are you going to do it?
We don't know yet. We're hoping for a barter situation. So if we got any painters out there that need some dental work done, hit me up.
You call Pav, my guy.
Pav.
Brian Pav. Go to pavtampa.com. He's my. This is very local, but if you made it this far, you're willing to listen to it. Look, he'll fly out to wherever you are. That's how good he is. You might want to hire him to. If you have your mountain home, he's done that. Because he's so good, they go, hey, we have this other home in Tennessee. We'll fly you out just to do all the work, and you guys can stay there. His family can stay there, kind of shit.
We're talking about painting walls.
He'll do it. He'll probably barter with you.
Yeah, good. That'd be great.
If you say you're a friend of over here, and he made this table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah, good dude. Son of a carpenter.
We're gonna need it.
He hates painting, but he'll do it.
We got lots of work to be done.
And then, that whole client experience, we talked about a step and repeat, maybe on the way out, that the red carpet kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have one wall that you get the logo, and you do it in like that checker formation pattern.
Right. Be sure to have your social media release forms handy.
Yeah. Your lawyer should get something up that, hey, we'll contact you about this, and this. You're signing this to agree to that, blah, blah, blah. I would say, get the social media handy. Get one of those mic. If you're a podcaster, you've probably looked up the mic arms that are like, I used to have to make them from an IKEA lamp, but now you can get them on Amazon for $12.
We got a bunch of robot. It looks like Johnny Five.
so take one of those mic holder elbows, and then take it and then clamp a iPad mini on there. Get an old shitty one.
Yep.
Put a case on it so no one knows. It's only used for taking pictures.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah. That's good.
We should be doing it here. That's how I know this idea.
Yeah.
But a step and repeat style thing, like put a little carpet down, maybe a little red carpet that is a little runner.
Mm-hmm.
Something fun, or get a mint colored one if you can, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are the other ideas I had? I almost looked up the text I sent her when she was at her former place, or soon to be former practice. I was like, here's 7 ideas I thought of while I was sitting in the chair and couldn't talk to you back.
Yeah.
The thing overhead, that sounds small, huge, because you have nothing to look at.
Right. Yeah. So it would need to be something beyond just a picture, maybe.
Maybe mount TVs on the ceiling. I don't know.
I've thought about that.
That might not be a bad. I mean,
you know what I actually thought would be fucking really cool? The VR goggles that you can you could take Friend of the program, John Paul Labadie, has a drone now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got the VR goggles that let you see from the perspective of the drone's camera.
Weird.
You can take those and plug an HDMI cord directly into them and watch TV, play video games, all that shit.
Yeah, because you can't really watch. Because watching, I've been on something where they're like, you can watch TV, and it's like, yeah, when their head's not in the way.
Right,
Yeah.
kinda. You
Right.
know, it's like if it's in the corner or if it's placed. I mean, it rarely works. But the only thing that I can see the drawback to that is the bulkiness of it. But I'm sure there's something around
The
that.
tech will
There's
get
like-
better
yeah,
too.
I
Maybe you
mean,
just put table that. But I like where your head's at.
I'm looking into
Like
that.
a RoboCop eyes, where it just
Yeah.
slides on, like
Yeah.
blue blockers.
Right.
Yeah, that whole what sucks about going to the dentist? That's something you can. And if you're listening to this, not in the dental field, what sucks about hiring an attorney? What sucks about getting insurance? From a broker.
Yeah,
Like,
any of this stuff.
that
How do you
whole
prove
that whole client experience? Like, how do you make that better? Punctuality is going to be huge. Do you have a booking app or like a scheduling system?
That's a point of contention, but
What do you want to do?
Well,
I'm sure your wife wants to do a dental one that's like dental only.
Well,
software.
no. The thing, and I understand what you're saying, is like when it comes to dental appointments, you can really only, if you want to do an online appointment deal, you can really only do like your first initial visit because most procedures have a variable time that it takes to get done. So that's when the wait times come in. So you can't really go on and say, all right, this person, there's a 4-hour procedure scheduled here, whatever. You can get that next appointment, and then they put in that appointment. For one thing, if it's not a first visit, that patient doesn't know what they're getting done necessarily or how long it takes or all that stuff, which could be worked around sort of thing, but it still doesn't get rid of the what if the procedure before that takes longer problem.
Dude, we're figuring this out with our own labor. You guys can figure this out, right?
No, yeah, for sure. It's just
so you may not be able to do it right away, right? Like now you got to track time, actual, or what you perceive as scheduled versus the actual, right?
Yeah.
So that needs to be a hypothesis test, like starting today, and go, okay, we can get, because you're going to have to go, you're a labor business. So you have to go, and people need to think about this. Any service industry or service professional needs to think about this. What is your billable hour? What is your cost hour, right? So how many hours can you work a week too? What's your max? What's good for you mentally, like on that?
Right, yeah.
40 legit labor hours. That's not including the administrative stuff. Like, call it she's in there. She's in the biz, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a big math problem, but it's if you think about it, like sometimes I do this. This helps me kind of get into it. I'm going to figure out something that a lot of people never do. This labor math problem for small business, and I'm going to feel really smart when I come out the other end, because that might be the key to being super successful in scale.
Right. Finding the real cost.
The idea isn't just to have one of these places, right? The idea is to, over time, bring someone up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why y'all went brand name with the localized name instead of leading with her name.
Right.
I think her name listed on everything online needs to be Forest Hills Dental Dr. Is Morganti.
She goes Nicki Morganti.
I always forget she doesn't use your last name.
Whatever.
Yeah, you guys are PC. No big deal. I'm not going to make fun of that.
I don't
You're like,
I don't really
give
give
a
a shit. It's
so
just letters.
yeah, I agree.
Just legal paperwork.
I agree. I told my wife to use her last name for stand up.
Yeah.
I think it's unique, but it's hard to spell, so we don't know.
Yeah, kind of pronounced.
Chorizos are tough.
Yeah.
People are like, chorizo?
Chorizo, the sausage.
Yeah. So I think we went over some stuff.
I know.
We'll probably, let's do a part 2 to this when the CPA comes in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then
we'll do that.
I'll have more ideas too, that because we're doing this early as fuck on a Saturday for a podcast.
Yeah.
Not early in general. We started at 8, but early to get your thoughts collected. We're not radio fucking guys.
Yeah.
Morning zoo.
Yeah, it's okay though.
All right,
I think
man.
we got a lot done.
We got some stuff. Look, bond.com alone.
Yeah, but .co.
.co, excuse me.
That
Woo!
was quick.
Because you might have gone to like a James Bond, like love site or something.
Yes.
Like that. But yeah, and for the listeners that made it this far, why don't you come a little further, like Shawshank Redemption? Help us.
SweatEquityPod.com.
Just tell a friend. If you made it this far in the podcast, you're listening to this. You
have a duty, okay?
Yeah, just tell a friend, tell that loved one.
Just like I said, just get their phones, subscribe. You don't even have to tell them. Learn their passcode.
Yeah.
Get into iTunes. Just download that shit.
Yeah, and
they don't even notice.
Don't ever get in a rap battle with Pusha T. Just don't ever do that. Why would you do that, Drake?
This is news to me. You're talking about
Look at this
stuff. I don't.
Did you see that? If you look at the cover photo of the hate song,
that is
put Drake in blackface.
Powerful.
Yeah, pretty bad. But
whoa,
look, if you like this podcast, just hit that share button. It's right there. It's that little square with the arrow going out. Hit that. Send it to your friends. Go, hey, I love this show. I know. Send it to your friend that already listens to podcasts. That seems to be the huge barrier.
Yeah.
Unless it's a chick that listens to Stereo. I listen to Murderers.
Yeah. It's like, what's a podcast? Never mind. Okay. If
Yeah.
you don't know by now, you don't care. So
I had this conversation. Oh, you listen to podcasts. What do you like? It's like, oh, just only serial killer stuff. And I was like, cool. Well, I've been doing my own for a while. And it kind of relates to the meeting we literally just had. Do you want? I'll just send it to you anyway. Why don't you hook up that 5-star? It's like, yeah, I probably won't listen to it. She told me straight up.
Maybe we should just put that we talk about serial killers and shit on the tagline.
I know.
Just never do it.
I know, man. Well, I think that's it. You got anything else?
I'm good.
SweatEquityPod.com, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, LinkedIn, Facebook.
All that shit.
Twitter.
Goodbye.
Bye.